Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine with another client reading. I'm going to call this back and forth. Every time when I hear the cameo song, back, forth, back, forth. So we're going to call it back and forth. I'm going to jump right on in with this reading. First, I want to find out is the energies clear for some past lives to see how this is influencing this relationship. Mm. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wait a second. Okay. Oh. Ew. All right. That's more than one. But they say this all got to go together. All right. So let's look at some past lives issues here. Okay, so right now in past life you were biblical, and that kind of maybe influences what's going on with you now, as far as you being in the ministerial thing. So you got this strong ties and roots. This past life theme here of biblical proportions really is playing on you now. This is a theme that's running through your life and your path and your theme and everything you do. So really, according to this, your past life, this does not surprise me that you get called into that. Okay. You've had some lessons and some blessings that had happened. I'm going to read into this a little bit more to see what that is. Lessons and blessings. Lessons and blessings. Stop right there. So it says you drew this card as a sign that the situation you're currently experiencing is a result of prior lifetimes. Take a look at the other cards that you drew along with this one to get a sense of where or when that life occurred. This card means that you learn important lessons which are bringing blessings to your present lifetime. Congratulations, you master how to turn painful events and memories into growth experiences. You can apply the same strength to every area of your life. So if you got biblical here, you know that you understand it's a deeper meaning as to what you're going through. Your word, the word, or the Bible really helps you to get through and really see beyond what the challenges of life is bringing you. And you see the blessing in it. You know, like I had seen in my other reading, I had told the young lady that it is our purpose that when these things come in, we're supposed to see the beauty in that challenge or in that triumph. We're not just supposed to say, oh Lord, woo is me, take on the victim role, and then that's it. With every mountain that you brought me over and you see me through, we know that God was there, and thank God for that mountain, because it made us a stronger person that we are today. So your faith and really leaning on those words and those scriptures help you through that. Another theme that they had was interesting: persecution and inquisition. I'm gonna read what that is too. You have been persecuted for something in another lifetime, and that might be leading on to why you're saying in these lessons and blessings. Although you might have been persecuted, you learned a lesson from that. Could be persecuted because of your faith in something. Okay, that could also run that theme. Also, you pulled out some Native American issues and orphan. Now we know a lot of times, with the Native Americans that were going on back then, that we've never, part of all of us African in some ways, have some kind of roots or some kind of ties into the Native American ways. But we know the history of what had happened with them, of not with Native Americans not feeling as if they were the ones. Native Americans are the ones that had discovered America, never feeling as if they had given rights about what things that they had contributed to America, robbed of the land, and a lot of times things orphaned, so not ever feeling very tied to the land. At least a lot of Native Americans feeling that way. from that, because you know they Native Americans have done a lot to contribute to America, and this really have not rightfully so have gotten a due diligence with that. This could be also orphan. I'm picking up maybe something that orphan with being a Native American with that, or persecution of parent or something had left you to be an orphan. Or this could look like, to me, this looks like the Depression times, in which was orphan then, a lot of working, but parents working hard, something happened, maybe they got some kind of disease or something back then, and they fell short of illness. So this to me feels like even in child, this is a thing that's running now, and I picked that up too. Really not parenting, not feeling really belonging, something about the parenting. It might be a filtrated down into what's happening now currently in this lifetime that you have. You always had that sense of not belonging. Native American, to me, the theme I pick up is not having a really true place to say, this is my land, okay? Somewhere to truly belong. You stake your claim, you know you're supposed to, but you're not being recognized for that. So something about not feeling recognized. That's what I'm picking up. I want to go back to this persecution card. What is that? Persecution. Oh, here it is. You drew this card as a validation of your suspicions. You were accused of witchcraft, being a heathen, or other crimes in the past. You suffered greatly as a result of the ensuing persecution, and the fear has carried forward into this life. In the past, your character or behaviors were examined publicly, and you were drained for crop failures and deaths that had nothing to do with you. Your neighbors and the government said that you were casting spells, which was a capital offense. Okay, so interesting. So you got biblical on this side. Whatever it is, you through your life has been really devout. That's what it's saying, to spiritual rituals. Anything that's spiritual, you have been very devout, devoted servant. That's what I'm picking up. To the point that you say, I'll die for it, you know, whatever, I'll die for my God, for that. And sometimes it's left you out there by yourself, not belonging. That's what I'm picking up. You kind of out there on your own about some things. Native American discovering new lands, new territories, and spirituality, and you kind of been maybe a little lone wolf about it, things. And so you take your persecution, you say that some of these things y'all accusing me for about my spiritual beliefs, I really shouldn't even be out there hanging out for. So we'll see how that dribbles into what's going on in your relationship. So let me see. Trickles, rather. I say dribbles, whatever. So let's see about, because the main thing is you're trying to understand this going back and forth. Okay, so let's ask the romance angels. Clear. What's going on with this back and forth between Can I get three main things of the reasons why we're having this back and forth? Okay, I'm not too sure. Okay, I don't know. Can I have one more card, please? Please. Okay, now give me one next one. I think that's all you want to really reveal at this time. And I just go with clarifies. Okay, so the spirit keep on saying, I don't want to do it. Okay, so I ain't going to push it. All right, so what's happening with this back and forth is both of you all have got to learn to love yourself first. Somebody might be compromising and feeling like, oh, I'm giving a little bit more than this. This ain't no 50-50. This look like 75-25, or what Teddy P say, no 50-50, no 20-40. I need a 50-50 love, whatever he said. I know I done messed it up. I know you cracking up laughing. But anyway, it got to be no 70-30. No 50, no, I got it 60-40. It got to be 50-50 love. I got it. You ain't have to sing it with me. I heard you in spirit. So I got it. Love yourself first. Okay, so you've got to love yourself first. Both of you all. I feel I got the word of compromising. Somebody feels like they compromise, like they give it a little bit more than the other. Okay, and this is triggering. I was picking this up again. This orphan thing, this feeling deserted. And it's triggering in you because that's what it said to you from past things. Some orphan, not belonging. Something about the family, not truly getting the love that you feel that you deserve with that, you know. I tell a little story about myself. When I was growing up, I used to always tell my mom, I said, I don't think I belong to Dad. Now I look at him in pictures, him and I look dead like, you know, I got Mom's eyes from here on is him. And so I don't know how in the world I felt that, but his way, his actions, the way he was acting towards me, made me feel as if I don't belong to you. You ain't my daddy. Somebody else out here in the world is my daddy. Some kind of way, some parent has made you feel that same way. They say, I don't belong here. I don't even think I'm, you know, part of something. I don't know who it is, which part it is. I think I have a good suspicion as to who it is. But you felt orphaned. You felt abandoned. Orphan means abandonment. You got some abandonment. So you got love. So again, I feel compromised. Somebody feels like somebody giving a little bit more than the others. It ain't no, it's 60-40, 70-30, but it ain't 50-50 in this. Okay, so that's one of the things that's going on. You got issues with children. Children came up. Now, this will go several ways. Now, I don't know your thing, so I'm going to throw a whole bunch of scenarios at it, and then you choose from them like a country buffet, which is the one you think that fits it. You ding, that's the one. Okay, one thing I picked up when I got with this is going back to this orphan things. You got children issues, got to heal. She's got some issues, too. This card, when I see this children, if you all do not have children, that'd be an issue. Some children that you all not knowing, agreeing on the parenting of the child or the children. You got different styles. I picked that up as well. And that's causing the conflict too. Again, commitment, somebody feeling again, maybe one spending more time than the other with the children. Or she raising them and you going off to do your thing in the ministry, and she's saying, okay, now I'm with these kids, but you know, every time, a lot of times I like you to kick in and to help out too. We both created these kids. It ain't just me. Okay, that's one scenario. You say, no, that ain't it, so we move on. Another thing is both of you all have some childhood things that you all both have to heal. She has some things, I'm seeing this is in younger times, that she's got to heal as an infant, not as an infant. Well, it starts from there. But where it is this child is a very, very young child that she's got to heal within herself. Some issues that she had, maybe some childhood issues there. I've seen her holding it, cuddling it, say, I'm trying to embrace these things. I'm trying to protect this little small child in me, the little girl in me. You, on the other hand, have some issues that I would say that starts from, I want to say, preteens up to teens, because these dogs is pretty young. They ain't no old dogs. So I'm saying kind of up in the teen or tweens, you got some issues right here that you got to heal. And what you got to heal is your friendship, the loyalty and authority. Something about authority that you got a little issue with. And you got something about friendship, loyalty, and just understanding how to something about authority and respect. That's what it keeps on saying. With that, I got click, so that means yes. With that, and that helping you to be able to stand in your power, because he's the master. You know, with dogs look at their masters. You know, he's the one that's got it. But see, you got to heal this here to be able to have control of everything that's in your life. So let's look back at your past to see what happened back here from the tweens onto the teens, right up in here, whatever, young adult. I wouldn't even take it that far because these ain't no old dog. Somewhere from the tweens on to the teens, somewhere in that period I'm picking up. Look at that and see how were you trained, how were you brought up to help you stand in your power to become the master of your life now. I felt that. Okay. What else? What is the issue? So let's look at the past, present, and the past, present, and future energies between you two. Woo. Past. Two more cards, please. Wait, pay attention. Okay. Let's go down here. All right. So now, let's look. We have King of Earth was the card that came out. So, generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you offer, the Midas touch. Okay, so in the past, when it came to you all's relationship, everything was flowing. You had the Midas touch. I mean, everything you touched, you turned to gold. Yeah, honey. So you did all that stuff. Everything. Y'all, the relationship was beautiful. You was into her. She was into you. You seen rainbows. You all had a lot of knowledge about where y'all seen the relationship going. A lot of heart chakra, which means working with the heart. You all were transforming, morphing into other things, because I see butterflies in it. You had a lot of mysticism, a lot of just everything, the gods and everything mystical and spiritual was just aligned. Like I say, stars and moons and everything was aligned there. And then also flowers. Everything was blooming. In the past, it was just good. But then I also tell them, when you get this Midas touch thing, you got to watch it. Everything trying to go, but sometimes in that thing where everything is clicking, somebody gets a little greedy in between that. And so that means when somebody starts from the Midas touch story, I know people get tired of me, but that's teaching me. When you do the Midas, remember the story where he touched everything and turned to gold, and then one day he got a little old greedy and he went to go touch his daughter, and his daughter turned into gold, and then after a while he's like, I don't want this gift anymore, I want this gift, because he turned the most precious thing that he loved into gold, and she couldn't touch a feeling, so he went to this man to ask him to reverse it, and he had to go to the water to help himself to get rid of that gold thing, so he can go turn back everything, and everything and reverse the curse. When I felt that for you, I thought about water, about baptism, becoming spiritual. Got to cleanse, got to start all over again. Okay. In the past, this is how it was, and this is probably the energies that you're moving into now. Moving into the current energy, you got 3: power, creativity, recognition for high quality work. Be a team player. I told you before. Ain't that funny? Now, didn't I just talk to you about that? I told you, and I still feel that strongly. Somebody feels that it ain't been no Teddy P going on. Somebody been doing 60-40, 70-30, but somebody ain't been doing 50-50. Right now, the issue is team player. Okay? Somebody is not being a team player. I don't know whose end it is that's not being a team player, but this is what's going on, okay, about this. Let me see if I can see which one. Is this the feminine? No, okay, yeah, I see little fairies here. Okay, so then that means that you got to work on, again, your heart chakra means opening up your heart to become a team player. You got something magical, mystical. You got help from the other side, from the spirit to help you. You got a butterfly, which means you got to transform. So that means you got to work on some inner work to become a new creature into this. You got some mountains to climb. Didn't I just sing that song? For every mountain you brought me over. So right now you got a mountain to climb. It's back there in the background. But this butterfly look like it's flying towards it. So that means that you got a little mountain right now in the present that you got to climb here. You got mystical things here. You got to work with your intuition, how to work on it, know what things you have to do in order to get out of this situation. And you got to work with your communication. So you got to work with your heart, getting in touch with your heart. You got to learn how to communicate better, both of you all, on this situation. And you all got to rely on your intuition. And I see arts of some orange there. So that means that you got to really work on you all's intimacy, how you all work with each other. You know, are you all going on dates with each other? You going back in the day and saying, okay, Friday is date night, honey. We going to go to XYZ. You know, I understand you into the ministerial, but you got to remember where you came into to get her is the way saying where you got to keep her. So is she like it? I know even in our church, the minister is on the 5 languages of love. I would say get into that, get that book, see what is her language, because you all are not speaking the same language. I can see that in communication. For somebody to feel if something's compromised and we're not on the same plane, that means we're not speaking the same language. So is she a person in the 5 languages? What is it? I know somebody gonna correct me. I know giving, where you communicate, make quality time, how you talk with the person, you know, those things make a lot of difference. Okay, so each one is different. You might say, well, you ain't got to spend no quality time with me. You know, just you talking to me and listening to me is the way I communicate. That's how I know you love me. You know, or she might say that. Most women do. But with you, you know, you might say, okay, well, I like a little gift, you know, it don't have to be gift, but, you know, when I see you make breakfast for me in the morning, when I'm getting ready to go do my ministerial work, that says love to me. When you ain't got no eggs, bacon, and grits out there, then I'm saying, okay, what's going on here? You know, and now you feeling messed up because you saying, okay, you ain't got no hungry man breakfast out here, so I guess you don't love me. Now, we working on 2 different things, you know, but then you get what I'm saying. Okay, so now, what is the energy that we working on into the future? A complex decision, the need to do research, and stop procrastinating. 7 of water. So right now you all are moving into the future. You all got a lot of emotional things going on. You all got a decision to make, okay? And probably this decision is that you all got to do some research, which means you all got to find a different way of how to just communicate with each other, sit down with each other, and just have a heart-to-heart to say, okay, what is actually going on? Let's speak. And just see, I don't like the back and forth, and just speak your truth, but speaking in the way that you're not blaming each other. You know, you just, this is how I feel when you do X, Y, and Z, you know. That's it, but we're not laying blame on the other person, because when you do that, they automatically shut down. They don't care what kind of relationship you're in. It could be twin flame, no flame, soul mate, regular mate. The way you come at it and your tone says which kind of way that they're going to react. Lot of emotions. Y'all got a lot of stuff below the surface that's going on. But there's love here. You got a lot of cups here. You got a lot of cups. But y'all got to stop procrastinating, because time is of the essence. The more you let things sit and marinate and fester, the worse off it's going to get. So if you want to have that heart and heart talk, I would say have this as soon as possible. What do you need to do research on? Ooh, okay. I see. I'm going to do 3. I want to do 3. What do you do? Okay. These came up. So you got to do more research. A complex decision. Somebody that don't have too much good financial discipline. Something about your finances is a little kind of interesting. Now, prosperity can come in different ways. That's true. If your finances are all right and that's fine, that's great. But you know, for every relationship, always the deal breaker is that money. If that money is funny, then your honey is funny. That go hand in hand. That's my own saying. So, You got to work with the heart chakra. Your heart right here is the key to everything. You all might going to have that heart-to-heart talk, like I said, to find how I love about this financial discipline. Somebody a little kind of spinny than the other, okay? Or this complex decision might deal with, you know, financial, how you going to do about that situation. Came in surrender. You got to learn how to surrender. You got a 9, which is really a mark for a new beginning. And 1 is coming into unity. And in order for you to have that new beginning, you got to learn how to surrender. Again, you got to go by intuition. You got to go also by your, how intimate, how you all relate to each other. That's going to be the key to this decision. You got complex. So you got to keep all this together. You got to think about this finances, how to keep that a little bit together, because finance also could be tied to your love as well. You know, how you do that. If you kind of bankrupt in other ways, your finances, sometimes your love is also tied to that. Surrender. And you got love in reverse, okay? You got to find new ways to love, because right now you all's love is real upside down, which is like we call it back, forth. It's back and forth, and it's showing here. The key to this again is communication. Again, Teddy P. Again, both of you all probably feeling again, you ain't pulling your weight, and she said you ain't pulling your weight neither, okay? So it's going, both of you all, you've got to find new ways of how to communicate about this. Okay, I did the future thing. Let's look and see what does the what life changes does have to occur. I'm picking that up. Let's do what life changes have to occur for her, and what life changes have to occur with you in order to make this work. Okay, we got time left. Oh, sorry, excuse me a minute. Clear. What life changes have to occur? Okay, almost 3. Okay, you want to give me 3? I'll take the 3. No problem. I'm not picky. You see, I'm very flexible. Okay. All right. Okay, that could be... Okay, so first one I got here say end of an era. So I'm going to pick this up 2 ways. And I'm going to be frank and I'm going to keep it 100. After you all do all this in the work and you sit down, you talk, some kind of way you're going to find your lessons and blessing in it. Your lesson and blessing might be to say, you know what? I conferred with God. I read my spiritual, my scriptures, everything. And something about this here still thing makes me feel an orphan, which means I don't belong here. And I feel also that I'm being persecuted for things in this relationship now that I shouldn't be accused of. I feel I'm pulling my weight. I don't think I should be doing anything different. You can inquisition, which means to really look into it further and question me down about everything, about what you heard or what people done told you about what's going on with this relationship. You can ask your girlfriends and your mama, she all involved in it. Really shouldn't be. But, and then at the end of the day, you might feel like, you know what, I need to transform and fly away as a butterfly and say this is the end of the era. Okay? That's one way of looking at it. Another way you could look at it is, you know what was in the past was in the past. We're going to let that go. I'm going to find the lessons and the blessings with this. I'm going to go to my scriptures and find a different way in which I can handle this situation with you in this marriage. And I'm going to deal with these feelings of feeling like I'm an orphan, that I feel abandoned even in this relationship. Although I feel that I am persecuted for the wrong things, and I haven't even done anything wrong, I'm going to find the tools to be able to heal and find love so that I can surrender and work on this financial thing that I'm having going on here that's an issue. Okay? So, in the era, something's got to end. So either your old ways and patterns for things that you got to heal what's going on with you in your childhood, or you walk away and say, you know what, we at a stalemate. No matter how much I talk to you, you still ain't getting it. Or she might feel like, you know what, I done tried this, we still ain't 50-50 on things, and we're going to have to call it in. That's one way of looking at it. Your emotions. Got to get control of your emotions. Your emotions, life changes here for this. They're saying you got to change your emotions about this. Not feeling hopeless. Not taking the feeling of, I'm victim in here. We always going back and forth. He don't ever hear what I want to say. Or she's saying the same thing. He always don't make time for me. He always had the ministry or whatever on his mind. And then, you know, I'm first lady, but I don't feel like I'm no first lady in his life. You know, that kind of conversation going back and forth. And, you know, I'm not there. But this, both of you all going into this, the life changes got to be, you got to have changes in the emotions, how you all feel about this compromise, you know. And sometimes in relationship, you're not going to get that 50-50, like Teddy P said, or that 70-40 or 60-30 or whatever. You're not going to get that, because some days it is like that. Sometimes I might have to pull the weight, and he might sit back and say, okay, all right, I'm doing 60 today while you doing 40, because you doing school work or whatever, you doing your grind and your work with your readings, or vice versa. You know, it some days it's not like that, and they got to come to a point that they understand that, and it's not going every day, but then we've got to communicate and understand and say, today, baby, it's not a good day. I'm not going to fix no dinner for you, no breakfast. I got to get out of here with the kids or whatever, so you're going to have to grab you some Mickey D's and get you an Egg McMuffin and go, okay? You know, so, but I love you, but that don't mean because I ain't fixing you a hungry man breakfast that I don't love you. Emotions got to change. Sobriety. Now, I'm confused about this one, but I do see yellow, which means you got to get control here. Also, your intuition and your heart chakras. I see that represented in your spirituality. So what is sobriety? Okay, you're becoming more aware and sensitive, according to this card. By detoxing and abstaining from chemicals, you're more in touch with your inner guidance and true feelings. Sobriety allows you to focus so that your healing and manifestation work head in the direction. Getting and staying sober usually requires some support, which is normal, nothing to feel ashamed about. There are free 12 steps meetings in every city. Okay, a loved one's addiction, sobriety, codependency issues, detoxing, recovering from a relapse, helping others gain sobriety. Okay, so this could go two ways, always, because I don't know what's going on. Somebody might have problems with drinking. Okay, I could say, no, ain't nobody drinking, because, you know, I'm minister, FG, whatever. Okay, got that. Okay, you in the spirituality, got that. So my thing is this, codependency. Somebody's got some codependency, and that might be why they saying, oh, I don't feel like something being compromised here. I don't feel like somebody pulling their weight. If you having orphan issues, I'm going to tell you this, and you might not want to hear it, but again, if you have orphan issues, guess what? You got codependency issues. Because you're looking for somebody to attach on to. And so that also can be a problem, codependency with that. And I'm getting a lot of booms. So some say the Angel Raphael said, yep, that's it. That is it. And so that's why we're having the back and forth. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe she does see it. And that's why she said, you know, me trying to appease you is putting a lot of more work on my end to try to be able to fill that void or that empty space. And I'm telling you not, like I had gotten on my Facebook thing, I stated that we are not the primary sources for anyone's happiness. We cannot do that. Now, I'm not saying you're doing that intentionally, but sometimes, like I was reading a book with my students called Wonder, they say sometimes you hurt people without knowing you're hurting people. with that. And I'm not saying you're hurting, but I'm saying sometimes your actions that you do unintentionally does do some kind of action or get a reaction out of somebody else. So work on healing that feeling or from we got from past lives here, so you can get the lesson and the blessing. Your spirituality is going to help you into getting out of this block of codependency. Lean on the armor of God, everlasting arms of God, to get you out of this. Deal with this healing with whatever it is that's in your childhood. But it's got like children, because both of you all got to do this. And it's probably, and let me backtrack on that. I can say, hey, it ain't all me. You're right. Because I showed you earlier that she's got some healing to do, and she does. And anybody that has some childhood hurts has some codependency issues. Period. I don't care how you chop it up, how you try to make it look nice, with a pretty bow on like the Lexus December to Remember car with the red bow on it. You got some issues, okay? I can even testify to that, okay? So, that part right there. So, how do you do that? Heal that heart chakra. Deal with your intuition, what it tells you where the hurt is, how you could deal with that. Deal with your solar plexus, which means to stand in your power, okay? That's going to help you. And then deal with your spirituality. That's the white that's around there. That's going to help you heal with that. Okay, I hope this helped. Let me see this one thing. What does the messages for the guys help you in this situation? Let's do the okay, let's do 2. Clear. I'm just gonna pull this real quick. What does the messages say about this? Okay. And what does the universe got your back? Clear. Say about this. I always like 37. That's all right. I get everybody extra. You'll put 35 minutes. And take time to shuffle these cards. That kills some of the time. Okay, what is the universe? Oh, no, you ain't saying that much. Okay, what does the universe have to say about the overall? Stop it. Clear. Did I say that? I sure ain't acting right. Okay, what does the universe have to say about it? I really want to say what they got right there is pretty good. That kind of says it all. But we're going to see if they can come up with something. Oh, yeah, I love it. Death is an illusion. So, even if things look like it's over, or you saying right now we doing the separation thing, this is an illusion. This could be worked with. You got to work on healing. So if you want, I don't know, you believe in going to see psychologists, going to counselor, another minister, somebody who's a third party to deal with those issues that both of you all have as a child. That it's an illusion. Illusion means it's workable. It does not. This does not mean this is the finale to it. Okay. Also, it says choose to learn through love. What they have here in your early lessons, what you learn, lessons and blessings. Okay, right there. This is your thing. Choose to learn to love. Learn how to love her. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to show compromise. Learn how to work with your emotions. Learn how to work with your codependency. Learn how to deal with, even if it looks like it's the end, it's still love there. Okay? And you go deep down and find one more fight to go on ahead with this. Okay? So I hope this is helpful to you. Again, this is called Back and Forth. If you would like a reading with me, go to www.divinetwinsoul11.com to get a reading from me. And remember, I'm having a special $22 for 30 minutes, $40 for 60 minutes. Until the end of February. February is over, we'll be going back to my regular. And then also, if you want to go to Instantgo to get a video or either to call and get a reading via that way, go to Divine Twin Soul 11. That's it. Okay. So, hopeful. This is hopeful and this is helpful for you. I went in the back. I see a lot of things. I hope you can be able to draw from and see why your past is going into your future, okay? And it's affecting your relationship now, okay? So with all this, I'm praying for you. I send in love and light to this situation. Hopefully you all can work things out and not be at the point that you all are. So again, to all my people who are watching, and especially you, I send you to make sure that you are elevated, motivated, and inspired. Namaste, Namago.